This sounds like someone who's in the trenches of this. And perhaps this is actually someone who knows because they're a part of it. That's my guess. That would be, I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong.
Welcome back, everybody.
But it certainly sounds to me like it's someone who is well versed in what's going on with that over there. Okay?
Took me a minute, but
I find it funny
capture custody
that this is
working.
apparently this guy Duty tried to
Let's
be a
go.
detractor of Wings, but the Wings community already had so many detractors they bullied him out. So he tried to bully Wings, and the bullies of Wings bullied out a potential new bully of Wings.
And the
Oh my
game
God.
audio is working too. Good.
So then they moved on,
Go.
right, to me, and because I guess I didn't have as organized of a detractor community as Wings, he's able to make his crap and gets popular doing it. Like, what on earth, right? You know, it's just like, that's just funny to me. And exactly, you can't make this stuff up. It's just such a fucking joke, you know? Now, here's the truth. If you watch any kind of this content, this bullying content, you are messed up. There is no one who is like a normal, right-minded person who would watch this shit. The problem is, there's ridiculous amounts of not normal people out there now.
Hey, look,
They're
it's the
antisocial. They
thing.
sit on the fucking internet, and this is what they do all day. They think it's legit time of their life. Their one life they have to live on Earth. They're going to die someday, but they don't have true self-consciousness. It's like a bunch of cows sitting in front of a computer, right? So people say to hate, I must watch and consume and hate. And I'll even throw money at people who hate. Like, what?
Like what?
Listen, I was a hater in the Street Fighter community 25 years
You
ago.
didn't have
Okay, I
true
said late 90s
self-consciousness,
into the
okay.
first half of the 2000s. I was a hater. At the same time that I was a hater in the Street Fighter community, I played Street Fighter competitively. I was actually a good player. I actually got to the point where
Bro,
I
if you
won
haven't played
tournaments.
Zelda
Like, I
before,
did
if
something
anything,
productive while I
I'm
was
spoiling it for you now so you don't get spoiled
You
later.
understand? Like, I never wanted to be a crowd follower of hate. Being a crowd follower of anything, you are the lowest form of life on this planet. You have no intelligent thought for yourself. You're just
Low-level
following
life
along, apparently, a bunch of losers. And the sad fact is, when you look at what they say about me, like Phil is an e-beggar, and he asks for support for
I
his
remember that
content from a
little
bunch
plant
of
thing
oh,
over there.
these
That thing
innocent,
scared the shit out of me as
ignorant,
a
gullible
kid.
people who listen to him, and then they give him money, and then, oh, he's horrible, he takes advantage of people. Literally, that's exactly what my detractors do, times 10. They fabricate narratives that don't exist. They reference things from my
Don't
past
help
that don't
anybody.
apply. They create narratives that are fake, and then they get people to believe it, and then they accept your money. They take your money or falsehoods.
Yo, look,
They
you
do it on
yap at
purpose.
this
It's,
horrible me.
again, it's the biggest scam possible. It's, dude, the side scrollers did it last year. They had an interview that was staged to be a legit interview. They used that as a grounds to then make tons of negative content about
Yes, I
me,
got it.
and they milked the shit out of my detractors. They literally, for months on end, had detractors coming to their streams throwing the money, and the people are so dumb that don't like me, they didn't fucking realize it. They went and gave them money for nothing. And then guess what? They moved on. They don't care about me. They never
Why is
did.
the floor
They
missing?
only wanted to use that as a launching platform so people would watch their crap content. So now they can do politics and other nonsense. And it worked. Because people were so fucking dumb. They were able to be milked by the side scrollers. And this is literally what the whole other detractor community does. Anyone who streams me, anyone
Without
who
even
makes
talking
negative
overnight.
content about me, that's exactly what they're doing. If you're a viewer of theirs and you like their stuff, they're using you. How do you not understand that? Right? To some extent, and I know how crazy this fucking sounds, you actually have to give a little bit of credit to the original detractor groups. As much as I think they were nutty, guys like the Sons of Kojima, they weren't out to benefit from what they were doing. They weren't monetizing their content. And a lot of them actually were out to say, we just want Phil to improve. We don't like that Phil does this stuff that we don't like. We want him to improve. We want to call him out. So your gameplay sucks. You shouldn't be making fun of the game devs. You should take responsibility when you fail in a game. These were things that were legitimate criticisms of me that they have. And those criticisms were taken to heart over time. And if you don't notice today, for the most part, I tried to improve based on long-standing criticisms, a lot of which came out of those communities. Now, we all know the ultimate obsession over Kojima and them infighting led to them falling apart. And that's a whole other story. But that was actually legitimate. The stuff that's happening today, the continuation of this wave of redeemable hate, monetizable hate, is not valid nor is it in any realm of logic. It's there just for people to milk morons on the internet. Just like the side-scrollers did last year, and now the side-scrollers don't give two fucks about anyone who hates me. Well, it's the same thing. These people are only looking to make money where they can. If all of a sudden this content, this negative content about me was not monetizable, they would be gone in an instant. They would run out the door. That's all they're in for. That's it. And if you fall for that shit, you are literally a grade A gullible loser. You know everything they say about me and my viewers? That's you. You fell for the trap. Me, I'm providing free entertainment and content to people who like it. If they then want to support it, they have the option to do so. You understand? But my content is real. My content's not fake. It's not made up. It's not taking things out of reference.
Wait, I'll fix it in a second.
Narratives that don't exist. That's literally what they do on a daily basis, just for the money to keep rolling in, because people are so fucking stupid. And this is just getting worse and worse. Seriously, like, the internet itself is becoming ignorant. We don't care about the truth behind anything. We just want to jump on what's popular, right? What's the new meme today? What's the new thing to run with? I just saw, listen to this. It was a tweet made about a day ago on Twitter, and I didn't even know it existed. And then all of a sudden it showed up in my timeline as I was looking at Fallout stuff. Someone, I don't know who they are, they made a tweet and they were like, so Bethesda undid the lore of Fallout New Vegas for their new show, which, by the way, they didn't. It's obvious the person didn't even watch the fucking show. But they said they undid the lore of Fallout New Vegas for their new show. Yeah, and this is an awful thing they did, but the show's ultra popular. So Bethesda is like the DSP of gaming because they just keep making the worst possible decisions, yet they continue to exist and be successful. Like, this is what this guy tweeted. And his tweet has over 10,000 retweets. Or was it likes? It was either retweets or likes. I'm not shitting you. That was the tweet. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, so this guy is so fucking stupid. He's actually this dumb that he thinks that me, someone who's been around for 16 years, has done nothing but make bad decisions. Now, where did he get that from? From my detractors, from the memes, from the bunk documentaries that come out and say things like 10 years of failure. That's where he gets that. And the internet believes that shit because they're dumb fucks. These people don't want to take 5 minutes to learn about reality. They just want to hear the meme, laugh. Don't know two diddly dicks about me. They don't watch my content. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just perpetrating or propagating this negativity about me because it's what everyone just knows, when it's actually factually wrong. And it's truthful that these idiots who every day restream me or do these negative videos about me, creating the false narrative, it is bullying. 100%. It's bullying content. Okay? And it is considered either defamation or slander. I'm not sure which. Okay? It's definitely one of them. All right? And absolutely, I believe this person. Okay? Because right now, there are female content creators who have had the same kind of thing happening to them as happened to me. And when they spoke up, YouTube and or Twitch and or whatever platform took action. Okay? I firmly believe that it is because of this modern day, very progressive movement in modern society that there are certain groups that are protected. I am not a protected group. I'm a white male. I'm the least protected group right now. Basically, I'm out here, gotta just fend for myself. No one's gonna stick up for me. No one's gonna say, oh my god, look, there's thousands of fucking awful things being said about Phil, literally invented on a daily basis. Let's shut them down. No one cares.
Oh, what?
But if I were in one of these groups,
What's this?
then immediately they would take action.
I'll take
right?
it back.
That's the thing.
Perfect,
That's
so.
the thing in culture right now. You have to be one of these groups, right? And again,
Herc,
I'm not
I don't know how to
saying
fix
that
it.
I agree or disagree. What I'm saying, that's just my situation, right? Like right now, if I were to actually go and flag content and say bullying content, YouTube would not do shit. They would ignore me. Yeah. But if I had a case, you know, that it was discrimination on the case of the gender, race, you know, sexual orientation, if I could say all that, then it would be shut down. But I can't do that because I'm a straight white male. I don't have a case to be in one of these groups that right now everyone feels needs to be protected. So these people can literally sit here on the internet every day bullying me, and I have no recourse besides a lawsuit. Do I think I'm going to be suing anyone with a lawsuit? No. You know what they say here? Again, my philosophy's been just ignore it and move on with my day. Why? Because I have learned in my life, right? You can't. When everyone attacks each other, everyone dies, right?
I'm
There's
sorry,
no
I
winner
understand.
there.
I think I figured out what's
You can't
going
fight
on.
fire with fire.
Do it back now.
It's just not possible. All right? So I just say I'm not going to. Do it. If it's someone like me who's been harassed for over a decade by literal
think I fixed
slander and
it.
defamation on a daily basis,
Am I still
bullying,
echoing?
vile things, harassment of myself,
Add
my
audio
family members,
monitoring
my
on my,
fans, my
OBS
moderators,
turned
it's
on for
all
whatever
documented
I have
and
no idea why I
factually
did
proven
that.
that it all happened, but YouTube doesn't give a fuck about me right now. And they never will. Unless they change their
Great,
policy
let's go.
to adhere to everyone equally and actually
And my
enforcement
fucking
across the board.
my cat here
It's
fucked
just
up
not right.
already.
I agree with this person 100%.
Oh my god,
This
this is a
should be
disaster.
fair. If someone's gonna get the right treatment, everyone gets the right treatment. If
I'm
you have
looking
a
at it,
bullying
looks fine
policy,
on my
fucking
screen.
enforce the bullying policy now. Not
cats
2
are fucked
years,
up again.
10
What
years
the
from
hell?
now, not 3 more generations of
You have
do it now.
Dave
Right?
in the background.
People who sit on their channels all day bullying people should immediately be shut down. And I'm not just talking about my detractors. I'm talking about big fucking YouTubers who do it.
I'm gonna be fixing
People
OBS
who have
in the
entire
background.
shows based around drama and gossip and
I mean,
bullying
high
should not
capture
exist
software,
on
not
YouTube
OBS.
because they break the bullying terms of service. But they do.
Right,
Why?
I'm not changing my name to knockarina. It's because
What's
I'm
the
playing. It's the
answer?
game I'm playing.
Will anyone
Or
ever hold
attempting to
YouTube accountable? Or let's be honest, it's not just YouTube, it's everywhere. It's all the platforms that allow it. Facebook allows it, Twitch allows it. It shouldn't exist. It should all be gone. It should be wiped off of the
Oh, I know
fucking
why
site
this is
if they
happening.
actually have a term of
because my,
service against it, which they do. But they
It's
don't.
because my
They don't
PC is
enforce it.
fucked up.
So
I
what
gotta
are you gonna
upgrade.
do, right? Again,
They don't
me,
like,
I'm just a guy.
too
All I
many,
can do, and I
tabs and shit
appreciate the
open.
comment, and I'm glad that we talked about it a little bit today. And I'm sure this is gonna stir up discussion about it, right? Like, wait a minute, why is it
Oh,
that
shit,
certain
I
people
just
seem to
closed
actually
it.
get the terms
Oh,
of service
damn.
to stick up for them, and others it's just ignored endlessly?
This
I'm
is rough.
probably the textbook case of someone who's been harassed constantly for a decade, and YouTube does not care. They just allow all of it, and it's destroyed my business, destroyed my popularity, destroyed my reputation. And if you actually look at the content I make today, this is better content than I've ever made before. In comparison, this is better content than a lot of other content creators out there,
That's
but they don't
complete
have a
lies, by the way.
giant bullying community against them saying they suck. So they actually can get like traction on YouTube. They can get views. They don't get insane downvotes on every piece of content. They don't get people crapping on them constantly.
Oh, there we
they
go.
just get to enjoy having a vibrant community of people
You
who
guys
like
can't
their
hear the
content.
game
I'm
like
not allowed to do that.
Oh well.
Right?
It'll be fine.
It's fucked up. So that's why I am where I am. And I always will be at this level, and that's why I've grown to accept it.
Level
Unless
one.
I'm
He'll
going
always
to
be at level
go
one.
stoop to their level, right? Unless I stoop to the level of those that slander me every day, I will not be able to basically get out of
What
where
does
I
that
am.
even
So it's
mean?
basically, do I become them? You know what they is? You know, do I become the villain just like them, or do I just say fuck it? I just keep going on my merry way the way that I'm going. Honestly, I really enjoy
Look, I'm gonna be the
going
bad
on
aim
my own
allegations
merry
right
way.
now. Look at this.
Right?
Wait, this is just the weapon.
I'd rather just do my own thing. I would. So let's just do that.
Bro.
Right? I understand. There's people here who, I mean, basically what I'm hearing from this person's comment, which again I appreciate it, is
Look, I'm gonna beat the bad aim
in a
allegations
perfect world,
right now.
YouTube would care,
All of them.
and all this content that's out about you every day would be flagged for bullying, and YouTube would shut it down. But YouTube's never going to do that. I'm just gonna assure everyone that it's not going to happen. Again, if I were one of these considered now in
He
the
wants to
modern day
flag him
protected
for
groups,
bullying. That's
they would
kind
actually
of crazy. Actually,
they're never going
if
to
you
look
think about
into it for me. I've already been the whipping boy of YouTube for 10 years. If they didn't do it in the last 10 years, why would they suddenly do it now? Right? I don't expect them to ever have my back. Ever. So I just move on, doing my own thing. And that's it. And that's what I wish most people would do. Because that's the sad
I didn't
fact
waste
is they
3 shots
don't.
just now.
They actually entertain the trash content because they're stupid. They're ignorant. Instead of taking 10 seconds to research, like how many times do we get people coming by and say, my God, I heard negative things about you from Review Tech. I heard negative things about you from this channel. And I actually came and checked out your channel, and then it was good. I had a good time with it. It was fun.
Stream
we had
over.
a good chill time. We
I'm
enjoyed
just
the game.
kidding.
We hung
I'll
out.
do
We
it
had fun
again.
conversation. You didn't e-beg all stream. Yeah, you mentioned it a couple times, but you didn't
Then
e-beg
shut
the
up.
whole stream like
Then
they
shut
claim
up.
you
Get
do.
out of here.
Well, I don't get it. I don't either. But now we have our answer. It's because it's profitable to hate on YouTube. It is profitable to be a
Look, I'll beat
professional bully
the
on
allegations
YouTube.
this time. Look at
YouTube
this.
allows it and doesn't care unless you're in a protected class, which I'm not. So I have to put up with the daily abuse, and that's why I choose to ignore it. That's why I don't entertain it. That's why I don't watch it. That's why I don't respond to it. That's why I don't
Wow.
react to it. That's why I don't care. All right? So if you basically watch that content, I
Didn't
can't help
happen.
you.
This didn't
I
happen.
feel like this is something that you have to do. You have to do self-inflection for yourself. Say, why am I enjoying watching content that likely is fake, or at least only based on a nugget of truth, but completely over-exaggerated? And I just love making fun of this guy every day, right? How many people will make fun of me today because I'm wearing a bunny on my shirt, right? Which I love. I think this is cool. Look, I think this is an awesome shirt. Oh, 40-year-old man has midlife crisis. Wears bunnies on his shirt. You're a loser. And anyone who thinks that's valid content is also a loser, a life loser. Not just, oh, in the moment. You
How did I
have a
miss
pattern of
those?
being a fucking
What?
loser. All you do is watch toxic shit on the
Oh,
internet.
what?
You're not wired
I'm
right up
bad.
You can't be a valid contributing part of society if you just sit around hating on people all day. Do something about it.
We gotta take it
Instead
back.
of just sitting on your lumpy
allegations are
fucking
right.
ass there, watching crap and
Take it
toxicity
back.
all day long, unsubscribe from the toxic creators and go do something positive with your life. Because guess what? You're going to get far more enjoyment out of the positive things you're doing with your life than just sitting there in your chair hating on people on the internet because you're
There we
fucking
go.
jealous
Look,
of them.
allegations
'Cause that's the
beat.
truth.
Allegations
You're mad
dominated.
that I'm
Dominated.
still
I'm a
here
good
after 16
aimer.
years
Let's
making
go.
content,
See
having a
that?
good life,
First try.
happily married, great time with my viewers.
First
You can't
try. You
take
see?
it.
You saw that? First try.
And that's what
Let's
it's your
go.
jealousy that
Easy.
propels you to act this way.
The other two
fucking
attempts didn't
stop.
happen.
Do
Just
something
didn't
positive
happen.
for yourself. Get a life. Because time's a wasting. I'm 42 years old, and I'm realizing now every moment in my life is very important.
Bert, shut
I
up.
need
Nobody
to
has to.
relish
Get out
and
of here.
cherish every moment because my moments are getting more precious and far few.
Oh, I don't have the
right?
bomb choose. I
You,
don't remember where
many
you
of the
get
people who
those.
hate me are in their 20s, right? Or even teens. That's why. You're just so immune to
Oh,
any
we
of it,
get-
right?
yeah,
You're
we
going to
gotta
live
get the bomb
forever. You're
juice
going to
for
be
that.
fucking, you know, bouncing off the walls, immune to
Burke, shut
bullets
up.
and fucking superhero powers. No, you're not.
Nobody asked you.
You're gonna be my age one day. Hopefully you make it that long.
Didn't you
And
see
you're
I
gonna
got it
realize,
first time
oh
though?
shit, I wasted all my time in my youth just sitting there hating on people on the internet because I'm a fucking loser. These are years you could have been building relationships, doing things for yourself, getting a job, working, making money,
or whatever.
Getting a home, you know, building a foundation for the rest of your life. Instead, you're sitting there throwing money at fucking people who are scum, who have failed doing that. They tried doing that in their lives and they failed at it. So now they just hate on people on the internet, right? Do you really think that these YouTubers who are just toxic drama people could do anything else? Why do you think they still do it? They couldn't ever spin it into something else. No one gives a shit about them besides the toxic shit they make.
Wow, rude. Oh yeah, you need
So, if you're someone who watches it, time to look at yourself and
we gotta
move
get
on.
the thingies.
Now is a good wake-up call.
Leave and go
This
get
comment
things.
is eye-opening. For me, I look at it, I'm like, if that's really the case, if what they're saying about this
Burke,
stuff is
I
true,
am not toxic.
that's pathetic
It's
and sad.
rebuttal.
Because here's the truth. It doesn't matter
Like
what these people
LTG,
do.
it's rebuttal.
I'm still going to be happy. It really doesn't matter whatsoever, right? No matter what they say.
I just wanted to see what was going on with it.
I'm going to continue on my way here, making content that's meaningful to me and my audience. And it doesn't matter how much slander they say. If it was going to hurt me, it would have hurt me in the last decade.
We have to go
and
wake your dad up or
I'm a
something.
small guy
right?
now,
We gotta wake
but
up
I
your
still
dad
have enough intelligent,
get the
positive
bottle
people around me
and
to
everything
understand that it's not true and that people can have fun and have a positive time here on the channel. If anything, it's hilarious because they say I'm such an awful person, yet then I also get criticized because I don't do things like sexual content in the games I play. I skip it. So I'm an awful person, vile, the lowest of the low, but I don't do any adult sexual content. So isn't that kind of contradictory? I don't do the stuff.
No, I don't want to hear what you said again. Go away.
But you know, but again, nothing they say makes any sense. None of their narrative makes sense when you
well,
analyze
you can stream. I'm leaving after I do this the second dungeon.
It never has.
Which
it's
is
all based on
fire
one little thing
or the
extrapolated, exaggerated times million. And that's how they come with their narratives that make money, you know? So anyway, I read the comment, I was like, wow, insightful. Obviously someone who probably has inside information, eye-opening. And, you know, every once in a while, it's good to at least inflect on and talk about it a little bit. But at this point, it's like, for me, as you know, my philosophy is I'm not going to fight fire with fire. I'm not going to go start flagging videos. I'm not going to get a lawyer and start suing people. I'm just going to make my content every day and ignore it all. Again, it's funny because as I was saying this, you know, the only one I brought up was Duty because he was referenced in the comment. As I'm looking at the chat, people are bringing up tons of
toxic. That's
and
toxic.
Like, I realize I don't know any of these people.
Burke, I'll stop you right now.
Up all this stuff. I'm like, I don't
it's not going to take me an hour and a half to finish the area.
At all. I know nothing
about
maybe
it will.
Right? Like, I don't know. So, whatever. I guess there's another generation. I'm going to meet with the girl's dad or whatever. I probably had 3 or 4 different generations of haters. Like, originally it was the DSP cult leader. Then it was Evil AJ. Then it was the Sons of Kojima. And the This Is How You Don't Play movement. Then it was the Tevin restreamer, right? And now it's like these other YouTubers do these streams and other shit.
I'll find the dad,
it's just
and then
generation after generation of people with no talent and nothing to add to the planet.
I'll do the
they're allowed
little
to exist because
thing,
other people are dumb and throw money at them.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Hopefully one day people will wise up.
You hide from the guards and stuff.
But I can't make people wise up. So I'm just gonna stay in my lane, and I'm just gonna hang out with you guys every day, and that's that. I'm just gonna say, move on. If you can, if this is the first time you've heard something like this, please move on. I guarantee you, even if you hate me, just move on from hating on me and do something else with your life. You're going to have a better time. I can confirm 100%, and this is from experience. When I was a hater in the Street Fighter community, and I took all my time hating on West Coast players and the Cannon brothers who ran SRK and stuff like that, I was miserable. When I stopped being toxic in that community and I focused on being a good player and running tournaments and actually starting to get respect for what I was doing, I had a much better time. And in fact, the only reason I stopped is because I got my back injury. Like, I hurt my back so bad, I couldn't travel to play Street Fighter anymore.
That's bullshit.
It's like, shit. It sucks because if I had been a positive person much earlier.
Whose fault is it you hurt your back?
In my run was the late 90s to around 2007-ish. If I had been more positive earlier, I probably would have had so many friendships and things. And instead, I got a bunch of rivalries under my belt, but a lot of toxic shit that I did too that I regret. And I know for a fact, like I know for June the King, when his documentary comes out about me, he apparently is going to go very deep into detail about my early days in Street Fighter and how toxic I was.
I forgot Mocha.
I
Finally, somebody I
1,000,000%
actually
fess up
liked
to all of
showed
that.
up.
It's all true. I was
And
a piece of shit
Roderick's okay,
in the
I guess.
early Street Fighter
Roderick's on
community
thin ice.
to a lot of people online. Only online. Offline, I was a nice guy, but online, I was a piece of garbage. I know it. And now I look back,
Yay,
I
you get the
fucking
chicken.
regret that so much. How awful I was to people who didn't deserve it just because I was getting a laugh and other people were laughing at my razzing other people and being a dick to other people. And I look back, I'm like, man, if only I'd been more positive in that time, things could have been so different. You know what I'm saying?
It's an item, I forgot.
And it just sucks that I wasn't. And now I feel like this is going to be a whole generation of people who are doing this on YouTube. And it's not just about me. It's about all these hate communities. Look at the communities against fucking Wings of Redemption and shit, right? Like, these people eventually are going to look at themselves in the mirror and be like, what the fuck did I do with my life? I wasted like 5-10 years of my life on this. And nothing happened
that guy's
me.
It
benefited others
to be
who were
like
basically people
Mario
taking advantage
or
of me because I'm stupid. But it didn't benefit. Phil's still here doing what he does, right? The detractor people running the channels and restreaming and shit, they made out with a ton of money and probably will one day cut and run, like most of them do. And you're the one left there with nothing, sitting there with an empty bag. Oh shit, what did I do for 10 years? I wasted all my time and I gave all my money to morons, right? Again, case in point, look at side scrollers. How many months were they shitting on me constantly?
He's still obsessed with these guys, I swear.
Entire streams milking my detractors. What did they do with that money? Did they reinvest it into anything important? Or are they making now political content that you don't care about? Because you're stupid. You gave them money because you're dumb, and now they cut and ran with it, and they do what they want now, and it's your fault. Like, you're the one who fell for
What do you mean
trap.
cut and run? They still make content.
You know, people need to stop being so goddamn
Unless they ended, I don't remember.
In my case, I am providing.
I don't remember. I don't really think.
If you like it, support it, and if you don't, you don't have to. I'm not creating
but
a
if they
community
did,
of hate
couldn't be asked
around someone that's a flash in the pan now because it's popular, and then I'll move on later.
Oh,
what I do is trying to be.
He's already complaining because of my
someone making positive content for people who will get something out of it. No one gets anything out of shitting on Darkside Phil or Wings or anyone else. It's literally trash content for trash people. Stop being trash people. Those people that live in the garbage bags in the Like a Dragon series, they pop up. They're living trash bags. Do you want to be that forever? No. And Tigaholic says, the big problem for you is detractor content appears before your own channel just by searching DSP because of YouTube. Because of the YouTube algorithm and them allowing bullying content. They should be enforcing their terms of service and shutting it down, and they don't. Why? We've already talked about it, because I'm not in a protected class. So
took me a second to figure that one out.
I'm not allowed to have the same protections as others.
And shut up.
Right?
It took me a second to figure it out. I didn't remember. Just go around him like this. Easy.
All right. I've said my piece. We got it out of the way. We just discussed it. As I said, I know discussion will probably pop up all over the internet now about this because I brought it up. But that's all I have to say about it. All right? I'm just going to move on now, and I'm just going to make my content and be positive and say whatever. And, you know, a million other fucking negative things. That's the thing. It doesn't matter. It's just like this person says. It doesn't matter what I do today. It doesn't matter if my gameplay is good or bad. It doesn't matter if I'm good or bad. It doesn't matter what happens in any of my content.
No way,
they will literally
what?
still say the negative thing no matter what. It will
no
never
way,
end.
I fucked
There will
that
always
up.
be endless amounts of negative content.
I fucked up.
Them. If it stopped benefiting them, if YouTube overnight said no more bullying content monetization, anything that's considered like bullying will not be monetized. These people would vanish from the internet tomorrow because these are not the Sons of Kojima. The Sons of Kojima did not monetize their content because they felt like they actually had a moral leg to stand on. In a lot of cases, in retrospect, I will admit they did.
So you're saying that the Sons of Kojima are actually morally correct?
I see that now because I'm older and more mature. And now some of the Sons of Kojima who basically are like, we're probably like, what the fuck? Phil is saying we were right? I'm not saying they were right about everything. They were pretty crazy in a lot of cases. But a lot of the things they said were valid criticisms. And if you haven't noticed, I have changed a lot since those days.
I'm going to actually walk across
tried to change for the better.
Straight kind of?
But that's the thing. The people today don't care. They're not here for improvement. They're here to write a meme to make money from gullible people. Okay. I never understood why haters want to drive you from the internet.
I want that money.
Wouldn't they kill their own careers by ending yours? Again, it's really weird because here's the thing. I feel like those who restream me to make money don't want that. But the sad fact, what they don't understand is that they would then create people who hate me irrationally for no good reason, who do want me off the internet. Okay? I don't believe that anyone who's benefiting from restreaming me or making content about me daily wants me to lose my job, because if I do, then they can't make content about me anymore and they lose their jobs, right? But the problem is people watch their content and now they don't have investment. They're not making money off of me, and now they want to see me end. And so you get people who put together entire packages of stuff that they submit to businesses 3 years ago, shit from 10 years ago that I said on YouTube that's, you know, ancient history. Oh, this is who Phil is today. See, he calls himself the king of hate.
See, done.
He's a racist and a bigot and a sexist, and here's all the things he's done. And it's shit that's 10 years outdated. And the businesses are so dumb they believe it and think it's from today, and then they fucking ban me from everything. It's stupidity. But that's what happens. Those people are not right in the head.
Done.
They're out to get me
It only
hurt.
took me
Not
one
the people
try.
who were the direct
I did it first
streamers,
try.
but the people who watch that,
Forget about
they
that
get brainwashed.
the other time I did that. And
Red re-upped their membership for 10 months and says, stop watching detractor content. Damn straight. BB Phil did
shut up.
You have to understand your haters point to us all those hater channels to learn the truth about DSP. It's not like we seek them out.
I could.
Huh? You have to understand.
Yeah, it gives me anxiety too. Congratulations.
All these hater channels to learn the truth about DSP. It's not like we seek them out. I don't know what that means. It doesn't even make sense, actually. So I don't. If you could reword that, but I don't understand what that really means. Maximum Turbo did a super chat. He says, detractors, stop. DSP wins every time. No, I don't win every time. You know, there's a reason why my channel is so small and why I've shrunken over the years, and it's hard to maintain. I mean, this is why. When literally every day, someone is saying you've done something heinous and you didn't, or they'll be like, oh, here's what today on the stream, but then they interject clips from 10, 15 years ago.
The Zelda thing.
I'm Zelda. Apologize for it, don't do anymore.
Zelda. It's the name. She's the name of the game. They said the name of the game.
You know? Anyway. Let's see here. I received a $1 tip.
And then we go through flashback, I guess.
From DSP Superfan.
Oh, this again.
Basically, he says, he keeps saying afuera. Like trolls afuera, detractors afuera. Right. Anyway, thanks for the $1 tip. Everyone afuera. Yes. Excuse me. Let's continue. I got a $5 tip.
I'm not doing the second dungeon today. I'll get to it. I'll get to the second dungeon, and then we're done.
Stop talking about your detractors. All right. How often does this happen? This is just because I got a comment that I found very insightful. All right. I thought that it was worth, because it actually analyzed it in a very interesting and way that's like, oh, okay, now I kind of get it. You know, because everyone comes to my streams all the time and asks me,
all of you people suck anyway. Except Rye and maybe the other guy.
Here's your answer. And it's an answer that I can't give because I don't pay attention to it.
Thank you, Rye. Or whoever banned him.
It's okay every once in a while to call this shit out, because the truth is no one else is going to do it, right? How many years has it been where someone had a chance to actually cover the hate against me in a rational way and no one has? Why? Because it doesn't benefit. Because what makes money? The drama, the toxicity.
Hey, it's the guy. It's the guy from the end of the game.
In a way that analyzes
how
Phil has made tons of mistakes, and here's what they all are. But here's the insane amount of nonsense on a daily basis that's put out about him. That's bullshit, right? Why? And then analyze that and actually dig into them and expose them for the fucking frauds that they are. It's never been done. If someone were to do that, I'm calling it right now. If someone were to make that video, that documentary, exposing the frauds that are DSP detractor community, that would get far more traction and attention than any video about me. The videos about me have been done to death, and it's all the same shit. You haven't even heard a new thing about me in 5 fucking years. It's all the same shit regurgitated over and over. Now analyze those motherfuckers who do this on a daily basis. You're going to get down to something people actually are interested in. But no one has done it.
Kakariko Village, so we can go to
I wish they would.
Area.
I really wish they would.
I remember. It's coming together.
Kirk, it's all my fault. I'm sorry. Haters on Afuera. It's totally all Kirk's fault. 100%.
Oh, I thought he said Perk for a second. I'd agree. It is all Perk's fault.
Started to hate
Get out of here, Perk.
In truth, there always was people who were hateful against me, but it definitely was the Ret Super Eye or whatever it was that they razzed me and made fun of me. And people were like, wow, that was really funny. And then immediately after, even though he doesn't really admit it, Evil AJ made This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2, and that took off like wildfire. And people said, oh, wait, Evil AJ just got like 1 million views on his video. That's crazy. Now, what if I do that? So they all did, and they all just made fun of me, and it became this virally popular thing that people just kept riding their wave of popularity to do it. And then eventually these things became monetized. And then eventually it became, well, you know, just making fun of Phil's gameplay doesn't work anymore that well. It doesn't have as much traction. It's played out. Let's now attack his character. Let's attack his mannerisms. Let's attack what he says, how he acts. His you know, other, and then even let's go now behind the scenes of his private life. Let's try to get into his personal information that no one should have access to. And let's try to do this and do that. You know what I mean? It just got worse and worse and worse and worse.
Can I leave now? Can I leave now,
because,
please?
Because again, people were getting
kick me out or
views, popularity, and eventually profit, money from hating on me. That's the cycle that it took over the years. Big Fridge did a super chat. He says, why don't we harass side scrollers? Because we don't harass anyone. As I've already said, I said it right here during this podcast. You don't fight fire with fire.
He's still obsessed.
Just because someone has treated you badly doesn't mean you wish them ill. Which is happening now with Review Tech. I don't want him to have a bad life. I don't want him to be going through stress. I don't want him to be going through bad things. I want him to have a better life. Because maybe if things were going better for him, he wouldn't do toxic content. Right?
With all the stones.
Right? So even though things apparently are going bad for him, I actually wish him the best. Right? I do. I don't want anyone going attacking other channels. I condemn that.
Right.
I would rather just have you sit here and hang out with me and enjoy the positive content than go propagate more negativity across the internet. There's already more than enough toxicity and negativity on YouTube. We don't need to be creating our own. Okay? That's my mentality. You can completely disagree. That's where I stand. Fair enough? Okay. Mav Strike did a super chat. He says, if the trolls are a problem, why not hop off the internet secretly and get a normal job? Number one, you want me to quit my dream job that I love because of a bunch of fucking no-load trolls on the internet. That's what you're literally telling me. I should quit the best job I've ever had that I love doing, I feel, is helping people on a daily basis in a positive way. You want me to throw it all away because of a bunch of troll people on the internet? I mean, I don't even have to say anything past that, do I? But I will. All right? But, I mean, that's number one. You don't let these people fucking beat you. What kind of world is that? Oh, I'm facing adversity. Let me run from it. No. You face it head on. You challenge it. You persevere through it. You don't quit.
No, that's your ego getting in the way, actually.
Okay? Now, on top of that, you know, when it comes to this job, it's the best job I've ever had. I'm my own boss. I've seen tried and true over the years, no matter what, people support me, no matter where I go or what I do.
Where's the
whether it's
chicken
on
coop
YouTube,
at?
whether it's on Twitch, whether it's on a third-party site for 2 months like Whip TV, whether it's on a social media site, wherever it is, people are going to follow because they actually see through the bullshit and like me and want more content from me, and that, you know, and I appreciate that. The actual positive community is an amazing one. I don't want to throw that away at all. This is 16 years of my life of investment. And for a lot of people, it's a lot of time investment for there too. They feel like they're actually part of something, correct?
I think
I'm not going to just throw that shit away.
Over there.
That's insane. Imagine doing something 16 years of your life you love and you just quit on it because of fucking hate on the internet. Like, what? Right? Like, what are you, nuts? And then on top of that, Mav, I get the feeling you obviously don't know what it really is like out there in the real world. There is no overabundance of high-paying, great jobs out there.
To Rye.
At all. It doesn't exist.
Rye's just,
although our government in the United States would like to act
sometimes.
like there is, there's not. We create all these jobs. Yeah, what jobs did you create? Walmart, McDonald's, Uber Eats, you know, jobs that are part-time.
No, look at him. He's thinking about food as we speak.
These are not careers. These are not good jobs for people who can build up and support a family.
So what? It's fucking money.
These are, you know what I mean?
People
this
need
is
money
what our government
sometimes.
has created for us. A service-based economy that's terrible. And it's hard to hold a job. It's hard to find a job where you can get health care. It's trash. You know, I would literally, no exaggeration, would probably have to hold 2 to 3 part-time jobs because no one would hire me full-time because that doesn't even happen anymore. I'd have to have 2 to 3 part-time jobs, juggling them constantly. Sometimes
just
probably
making
working more than one job a day. to try to make ends meet.
I'm looking for the chickens.
That's how it is.
Calm
in America
down.
right
I'm finding them. I could have just skipped them and moved on.
Things could change.
But I wanted them.
It'd be great if they
I wanted
did.
the chicken.
But that's the reality we're all living in. It ain't the rainbows and unicorns that the news likes to spread. Oh, didn't you know that more jobs were created? Yeah, what kind of jobs exactly? What kind of hours at those jobs? Please give us information on the jobs that are being created rather than just saying jobs. Because that doesn't mean anything. But that's what our news would never tell you. And again, that is political, but it's just truthful. If I were to stop doing this for a living and try to go out there and get a job, I could do it. Right now, I could go work for any
I actually don't believe he could do that. I completely don't believe he could.
I could just go right out there right now and work these jobs.
He really couldn't.
And I would bust my ass and not make as much money.
Where are the chickens? You still haven't told me. Yeah, Perk, you haven't told me where the chickens are.
America is broken.
You still haven't told me.
America needs to be fixed. Okay? BB filled in another super chat. Can't you claim revenue from some of these hater channels? I wonder how much money your brand generates in total per month, including every hater channel. Here's the funny part about that. That's what Machinima said that they were doing. I don't know if they ever actually did it because they never actually paid me that. All right? But Machinima claimed that because I was part of their partner network, okay, that all the content was under their umbrella. And if anyone was using my content for their own, even if it was legal, like you could say fair use because someone cut my content up and put it into their hater content. But the truth is supposedly, right? Apparently, the ad revenue is owned by the original creator, which is why when I'm on YouTube and I'm making a video and some bullshit asshole claims my video because there's something in it, I'm like, but that's, what are you talking about? You know, fair use, yes, I can legally use it.
Stop rushing me, or I'm going to ban you. Now.
So that was Machinima's take.
You know what?
Machinima's take was,
Mods, clean up my chat.
Claim whatever. So apparently they went out there and they were blanket claiming anyone who had my videos in their content, and of course people blamed me for that, even though I wasn't even involved in it. Like I never was told, oh, these are the videos we're claiming. I was never given a stat. Oh, here's all the revenue we're pulling from those channels. Never. And I don't. To be honest, I don't think they ever paid me for it either, because I never saw like an increase in income when they claimed they were doing it. I think they kept it all for themselves if they ever did it. So.
Oh no! I have to do it again. Damn.
You know, but here's the truth. I don't know what the legality is or not. Machinima felt it was legal. I can't confirm or deny. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know about fair use law, copyright law. That's for courts to be hashed out or whatever. But basically, I don't even know how I would go about doing it. From what I understand, these major corporations, you know, they get themselves into YouTube systems somehow to get their content flagged or whatever. But YouTube is not going to take my daily videos every day. I'm a little small-time guy. They're not going to take a video that has a few hundred views and load it into the Content ID system, you know, for free, and then have that match to other people's content. It sucks because you're right. All these people are making money on my name by slandering me, and they're using my content to do it. Abso-freaking-lutely. I should have the ability to do something about it, whether it is to shut down the content, to flag it as unmonetizable, as bullying, to get the ad revenue on it myself.
He's really going to go that road. I believe he'd go that road
too. Any of that, unless I get a lawyer, which I can't afford, and then maybe they'd work with YouTube to figure it out. But like I said again, you don't fight fire with fire.
It's on the internet shit.
I don't see the benefit of that for me. For me, it's just make the content I'm making every day and enjoy the life I'm having and living and just focus on the positive, right? Okay.
How many am I missing? I'm missing like 3, right? Because I have to get the.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this is a silly quote, but you either die
have to go back and get the one I missed.
See yourself become the villain. Says a dollar tipper. Well, yeah. Again, I used to be one of the highest, most positively regarded gaming YouTubers, and then somehow doing literally exactly the same thing that I have done for years and years and years, I became the villain.
I agree. I actually agree with that sentiment.
Right? Perk did another $1.
I think that was the last one.
I'm just gonna ignore it.
Oh,
Duty streams have a spoon. He could probably eat it out of his own ass if he wanted to. Covenant Lazarus did a super chat. Can you claim music made about you? Again, I don't know. I don't know how to claim anything.
I was just talking about
There's no claiming tool on YouTube. You would have to have a lawyer and submitting your content to do it. There's no, oh, someone used your content. Here's how to easily claim it. That doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. All right? Whoever tells you that is a liar. There's no easy claim tool. There's a copyright matching tool And what that does is you can send a request to take it down, or you can copyright strike. That tool exists. There's no content claiming tool for you to just get money from people. It doesn't exist.
Just get money.
Again, major companies have legal teams. Their legal teams
I think that was
take all their content, and then when it's loaded into YouTube,
all right, now give me the thing you said
they
you were
have
gonna give
legal
me.
ways to get the money.
Give me
Tiny person like me doesn't have that. It doesn't exist. And he says they're losers. You're their whole personality.
Glass bottle. Let's go.
I'm their whole existence.
Easy.
If I didn't exist, they would not exist. Right? No one would have ever known who the fuck Tevin is. No one would have ever known who the fuck any of these fucking nobodies are if I wasn't here making content. And truthfully, in reality, they only got their ideas from others that came before them, right? They got their ideas from the Sons of Kojima, from Evil AJ, from people who, as much as they disliked me, never monetized their content. They're all just frauds. They're all just frauds copying each other. At the end of the day, again, no talent. If they had talent, they'd go do something that required talent, and they'd actually make money doing it. All right, are we good now? Have we talked enough about this? Like I said, I only wanted to talk about it because the comment is fresh. It just hit my video today. And I was like, now's the time if we're going to talk about it. Let's just get this out of the way.
How did you lose them again?
And now we can move on. Today, I'll be honest, I don't want to talk about it
You lost them all again. Get out of here.
Went super long on the podcast because of it. Now we can say we've talked about it. We ended it. It's over. The discussion, we can now enjoy Helldivers. We can enjoy some Street Fighter, right? We could have a good time. All right, guys. We got to end the show.
We're going to burn up time.
It's going way too long. So thank you all.
And then I'm going to do the Sun Song thing.
I appreciate those of you here hanging out and supporting the stream today. And it's time to move on. It's time to end the show. And it's time for us to do some Helldivers.
Well, while that's happening,
all right, everyone, thank you so much. And again, I will just say this in summary. All right?
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout out to hate.
Perk, I'm doing one extra thing. It's one extra thing. Don't be a baby. Don't be a baby. Just grow up.
Good evening, everyone. I am here, and we're going to get started in just a couple minutes here with a chill session of just hanging out. That's what we're doing tonight. I will explain what's going on, obviously, when we begin. Why we couldn't do the co-op tonight, which I know some people were very much looking forward to. It's all good. It's still happening. It's just a delay, which I know is frustrating, but that's life. But I'll give the full story. No worries. Tonight, what do we got on the agenda? Well, earlier today, if you were not on the Dark Souls, if you were not on the Elden Ring stream, you're not aware of what happened. I had a bunch of technical difficulties. First of all, my mic settings reset, which pissed me off. I was like, why is the volume off? Everyone's like, we can't hear you. I was like, what? Why can't you hear me? Apparently something reset my mic.
I think that guy wants
audio boost. Like I had it 4 decibels.
I don't remember his.
And it just turned off out of nowhere. So I had to fix that. Then I'm playing Elden Ring. And all of a sudden, all right, my controller basically says, controller battery is low. I'm like, how could it be controller battery low when it's plugged in? Then I immediately died to the boss. This happened because it distracted me. So I died to a boss run. I was like, well, that's frustrating. Come to find out, my USB cable was malfunctioning. And it was really weird because I just bought it in December. I just bought like a bunch of these. So apparently these USB cables I had bought were just trash. Because that's 2 malfunctions I've had since December. One of them, we were using to charge something else in the house, and it died. And now this, and I'm like, dude, this thing sucks.
I got a ropey. Wow, great.
So I knew that I was gonna have to buy a new USB cable, but I was like, oh man, if I can't charge this controller, I wonder if the other controller has any charge. I went over to it. The entire left thumbstick melted. Yeah, the thing is disgusting. Like, these controllers are so not durable anymore. I haven't used that other controller in over a year. It's just literally sat by itself on a glass shelf in my entertainment center. And I pick it up, and the whole left thumbstick is like sticky goo. What the hell? So I was like, dude, so I have no backup controller. And then I've been having these issues with thumbstick drift on the right thumbstick. I'm playing Elden Ring, and my character keeps looking at the ceiling. Like, stop looking at the ceiling. This is not the game for that, you know? This is not going to help. So basically, on the fly, I had to order a replacement controller and some USB charging cables. So those are coming within moments. Like, those are supposed to be here in the next 15 minutes. So I think tonight we'll do a live unboxing of the controller. And by the way, the audience voted for the color of the controller, what they wanted. So the color was determined by the viewers.
I just died.
We'll do a live unboxing, see what it's like, see if it's any different than the other one. Probably not. They're probably all the same, right? Anyway, so yeah, so that's gonna be tonight. Basically, we're gonna chill, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna talk a bit, just have a nice, interactive hangout session, and unbox the controller and stuff like that. Okay, that's all we're gonna do tonight. Just a relaxing session. And by the way, I have done these once a month for the past 2 months, and they went really well. Every single time, it's because for some reason, we have to change the schedule on the fly. It usually happens once a month. And so the 2 other nights, I remember one night, we had actually finished a game early that I thought was going to take all day. We finished it on like one stream, so we ended up, you know what it was? Star Wars, remember? Last month was the Battlefront collection, so we just did a chill stream at night. And then the month before that, it was the same situation where I had beaten a game much earlier than I thought. So we ended up doing a chill stream, and they do well. People show up, they hang out, they engage,
I don't think
they
these are zombies. I think
people
they're
seem to
called
like just hanging out with me, every once in a while.
Oh shit!
So it works. We'll just have a nice chill one tonight. Okay. So there you have it. That's what we're doing tonight. Nothing crazy, just relaxing, sitting back, having some conversation, having some fun, and unboxing my controller and I guess USB cables when they show up. Woohoo! Right? Slayer, I literally am kind of trying to explain. I will give the full story in just a second when I actually get on camera and we begin here. I'll explain, why we're not doing the co-op tonight. It's all good. We're doing it next week, but obviously people are going to want to know, so I'll give you the honest truth. So there you go.
The Sun Song.
I will give you the full Monty. No, I will not. That's disgusting. Did you see that movie? It's disgusting. Guy's stripping. It's vile. Vulgar.
Right down up. Right down up.
I will not give you the full Monty. I refuse to give you the full Monty. I'm going to be checking. I'm going to be checking my packages here because, yeah. It's going to be this controller's going to be delivered, very soon. It was supposed to already be delivered, and then they claimed, the driver has to do a few more deliveries first. I was like, why did it say a specific amount of deliveries and then change its mind? Obviously, that's fucking wrong then.
Hey,
right?
can I leave now?
It's all good. No, it's not because my controller broke. That's not why we're doing this. No. I know you don't see me, Jay. I don't have the camera on yet. I'm camera shy. Didn't you know that? I'm very camera shy. I don't like being on camera. It makes me blush. It makes me blush. You want to see my lovely face? Well, deposit $20 into the slot below and you can see my face.
Get off of me, you.
That's
Get
right.
out of here.
I'm inspired by the best
Get
streamers on
off!
the internet.
No!
We must have tons of contributions before I will go on camera tonight. Absolutely. I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm going to come on camera momentarily.
I'm
just
not
kind
going
of
to talk
messing around
about
with
it.
everybody
Nobody
tonight.
talk about it. Perk, if you say anything, I'm looking
How many
right
controllers
at
have I
you.
gone
Perk,
through?
if you say anything,
On
you're done.
PS5, the launch controller I thought was having issues, so I bought another one. And the other one, well, I say I bought the other one. Someone donated it, actually, which is really nice. It was like within 2 weeks of the console launching, someone donated another
Oh,
controller.
good, he left.
And I started using that one. Come to find out, it wasn't the controllers that was the problem. It was Call of Duty. The game was too sensitive, and they basically you just keep accidentally doing melee attacks when it had the stupid what do you call it? Haptic feedback would go off. So the game would shake like you're firing a gun, and it would cause you to do melee attacks by accident because it's a piece of shit. I was like, wow, what a dumb game. They didn't test this at all. So anyway, I ended up with 2 controllers since the launch of PS5, and I think I've alternated maybe once because I think I remember one of them was getting some stick drift. So this now, the controller arriving tonight will be number 3. On Xbox, I believe I'm also on number 3 because I had the original one that came with the Series X. That one started to break, so I got the red one. That one lasted a year, and that broke, so now I'm on a blue one. So technically, as of today, we'll be tied 3-3 for controllers for each console. None of these controllers are durable at all. They suck, man. They fall apart. They're crap. How do I break so many controllers? I mean, I don't know. You see what I do when I play. I don't smash my controller. I don't throw my controller.
I don't know.
I treat them nicely.
I don't know about that one. I saw you on the Street Fighter stream and you smashing your controller plenty, so. All right, next we're going.
Shall we begin? You guys want to start? I was waiting for the controller to arrive, but it's not here yet. It says, like I said, it said it was going to be next, and then they changed it. It says, oh, now your driver has more deliveries to do before they'll deliver. It looks like they're a few blocks away, so it'll be
Always
here
on
at some
about
point.
His fucking fast food.
Tonight
Always
on the late
something
stream.
about his fucking food.
By the way, the lighting's going to be off, and the reason being, I'll show you what I mean.
Or can I get rid of this
Yeah,
light
the
now?
lighting's
Thank
off.
God.
How it looks too bright. It's because the sun is still out, and I have the blinds open to get more air in here to try to cool down the room. So because the blinds are open, it looks too bright. As the night progresses, the sun's going to go down more. It's going to look more normal in here. But to start, it's going to be a little bit overly bright. Okay? Fair enough. Shall we get started?
I'll be fine. I don't need this shield.
Okay. Here we go. Hello, everyone. What's going on? It seems like once a month, things just go a little bit awry or plans change. And so here we are, April 13th, 2024. It's about a month since the last time this happened.
Fine. I'll go get it.
And tonight we are doing an impromptu chill stream with a live audience. We're just going to hang out with each other, have a good time, talk, have some conversation. And I actually have a new PS5 controller being delivered tonight. Needed it right away because one controller has a thumbstick drift, and the other one has a melted thumbstick. I was just telling the audience about this. So I needed a new one, so that's arriving, and when it arrives, I can do a live unboxing. It's actually a special color.
I wonder how long it'll take me to get
because the audience earlier today on my Elden Ring stream voted for this special color.
20 minutes.
So we can do that together. It's just going to be relaxing and talking and having a good time tonight. Nothing crazy, nothing super serious, no gameplay or anything. It's just a hangout session. Like I said, we've been doing this about once a month. We did one in February, one in March, and now one in April. And they usually do well. Usually people want to talk and hang out, and people engage, and they end up supporting, and it ends up a good time. So let's see how tonight goes. First of all, let's just address the elephant in the room. Originally, tonight was supposed to be co-op with my wife, Kat. We were going to start Beyond Two Souls. All right? What happened? Well, it seems like this playthrough, we came up with the idea for this playthrough about a month ago. All right? And it just seems like it's like destined to have problems. Seriously. Like, we just can't get this thing going. First, we wanted to do it, but I was stuck in the midst of playing so many lengthy RPGs and trying to push to finish them. It didn't make sense to start it then, because I needed to finish those RPGs to get the variety back on the channel. So I did that, right? Like, I pushed hard. Okay, we're going to do it. And we got them all done. Then originally, we were going to do it like 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday night, and basically it didn't go. You know, my wife wasn't up to it that week. She changed her mind. It was basically like, I'm not feeling it. Too much else going on.
I messed up on the shooting game like 2 times.
We were gung-ho 100%, locked in schedule to do it this last Tuesday, which would have been what? The 9th, right? April 9th. We were 100% ready to go. We have all the stuff we need. We have 2 of these headsets now. So each of us can have one when we do it. We bought all these wire. We bought a splitter wire. We bought extra headphone cables for it and everything. You know, we got a chair. We're ready. We're raring to go. I bought the game was on sale last month. I got it for like $12 on PSN. It's installed. It's like, we are 100% good to go. What ends up happening is my wife's work basically changed her schedule on her. Unbeknownst to her, they didn't even tell her. She just happened to be checking the schedule online.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, the whole schedule's different. She's like, wait, what? I've had the same schedule set for a while. Why would they do this and not even talk to me about it? Right? So it threw our whole week for a loop. Remember, we were going to take Wednesday off this week, past week, because April 10th is our wedding anniversary. So we were going to have that as our day off. We were going to have a longer streaming week this week. You know, we wanted to be together for our wedding anniversary. But because they changed her work schedule, that all had to get changed. So our day off ended up being the day after our wedding anniversary. And because her work schedule changed, we couldn't do the co-op on Tuesday. Now, originally we were thinking about maybe we'll cram it in on Wednesday night, maybe, and we were talking about that and saying, let's do it. But then we realized, you know, to cram it in on the Wednesday night when she'd been working nonstop all week, plus that we were going to go out the entire Thursday, we would rather have a relaxing night the night before our entire busy day out. So we decided against it. We're like, nah, let's not do the co-op. I'll do a regular night stream, and, you know, we'll have a day out, and then we'll have it. So we talked about it. We were like, when should we do it then? And we realized, you know, it might make more sense to do it on a weekend, because typically she doesn't have to work weekends. Not every time, because like I said, her schedule could change, but typically she's not working over weekends. So we're like, maybe like Saturday nights would be perfect, because number one, she won't be overly exhausted from working. Number two,
let me get the mask.
It's a night, you know, usually typically on weekends, more people can attend, right? People aren't in school, aren't in work, they're out, and they could come by and stream a little bit more. Like, well, a lot of people want to see our Stu co-op. It'd be pretty cool. We do the co-op on the weekend. We'll probably get more viewers. So we totally agreed to this. Like, yeah, this is great. This will work out, right? So then here's what happened is we had our day out on Thursday, and it was a great day. Don't get me wrong. We did a lot of fun stuff together, did some shopping, had a great dinner. We talked about it on the podcast yesterday, how good of a day it was, right? But basically, because of that, we were behind on stuff. Like my wife is behind on things she would normally do, like loads of laundry and doing certain housework and stuff like that. So, you know, this morning we get up and we're having breakfast and we're talking about it, and we're kind of like, yeah, you know, we're still on par. We're going to do the co-op tonight. And I could already tell a little bit that maybe Kat was a little like frazzled about it. And you know, I didn't know why or anything, but you know, we're still set to do it. So I did my first stream, and as I finished my first stream, I went downstairs into the kitchen. And here's Kat hurriedly trying to finish dinner. And that's surprising, because usually she's done with dinner. A lot of times she finishes dinner early. And she's rushing to try to finish dinner as I'm coming down from my stream. And I know
she does finish dinner early.
And you can tell she's really stressed out. And I said, oh, what's going on? She goes, so I'm trying to do one thing and another thing goes wrong. I try to do the next thing and the next thing goes wrong. I said, so basically it's one of those Murphy's Law situations, right? As I'm in the kitchen with my wife and she's trying to finish dinner, a noise goes up. It's our washing machine. She's trying to wash clothes, and this washing machine has errored out saying uneven load 3 times. So she's been trying to do a load of clothes for over an hour and can't even finish it because the goddamn washer keeps saying uneven load. So I said, I'll go look at the washer. You focus on dinner. Let's work together. Let's figure all this out. I don't even know what was wrong with the load of clothes. Honestly, I went in and it was just a bunch of towels and a few pieces of clothing. It's like, I don't know why it's saying uneven load. I have no idea. You know, I'm separating it. What are you supposed to do? You separate it out so they're not lumped together. You toss them back in fresh, even though they're soaked. You know, you got to keep doing that so that they won't keep doing that, right? So, Sid, that's wrong. He says it means the load is too heavy. That's not what it means. What it means is somehow what's in your washer has become loaded to like one side or clumped together to the point where the washer can't effectively move the clothes anymore. They're stuck in place. So then it stops to prevent the washer from moving across your floor or causing damage to the washer. So anyway, basically I cleared it up, right? I go to start the washer again. I stupidly hit the power button instead of the resume button. I hit the power button. So it resets the whole goddamn thing. Now I don't need to wash the clothes the whole full setting again. So I go to, well, I'll wait. So I got to call the cat. I screwed everything up because I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. I screwed the whole load up. What do I do? So now she has to leave the kitchen where she's trying to cook to come over to the laundry room to show me how to use the washer because I'm an idiot, right? So it's like, why did I even help? I just complicated things even worse, right? So finally, we get it going again on like a short cycle. It's like 15-minute short cycles, like short spin cycle or something like that, right? Go back to the kitchen. So basically trying to finish, and I could tell Kat is completely stressed out. And I said, so what's going on? And she's like, basically, the whole week has been a shit show, right? Ever since the work schedule changed earlier this week, and then she had to work more days and different times, it threw her schedule off. So here she is. She's behind on all this stuff. And she's like, I need to get clothes done today. I need to do this. She's like, tell me all the stuff she has to do. And she's like, I would have had it all done. But that work throwing me off. And then we had our day off for our anniversary. If we had stayed home that day, I would have had more time to catch up. But we didn't. We went out. And not that she regrets that. She loved having the day out. but basically she just can't play. She's been playing catch up all week and hasn't yet, right? And I'm like, well, what do you want to do? You know, and basically here's my actual honest take on this, okay? Why on earth are we going to be doing co-op tonight if she's going to be stressed out, right? The whole idea of us coming in here and doing anything together on a stream is that it's supposed to be a fun atmosphere, right? We're going to have fun together. We're going to play a game. We're going to talk and do Q&A with the audience or whatever it may be, right? If she's already stressed out and now she's going to come in here and try to play a game, you know that's just going to translate into her demeanor and her enjoyment of the stream in general. And you also know, let's be honest, you also know that the trolls are going to be here. I already see some of them in chat saying dumb shit. I'm kind of ignoring them now to at least give my explanation. But that's the thing, like, what's the point of doing a late night stream with my wife where we're supposed to be having fun together if she's not going to have fun because she's stressed out? It doesn't make sense, right? So I said to her, I said, if you're stressed out and all you want to do tonight is play catch up or do some relaxing or whatever you want to do, that's perfectly fine. Just tell me now, and that way we're not being forced into a situation where we're doing a stream that's not going to work because, you know, we're going to be stressed out and upset or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I don't want to do it. She's like, I want to do it, but let's do it on a week when I'm not so stressed out because she's so backed up and everything. Okay? So basically, we agreed we're going to do it next weekend. We're going to do it next Saturday night. She wants to do it badly. She wants to play this game. And in fact, of course, she was very apologetic. She's like, I'm nervous now. Is everyone going to be upset? I said, you don't have to worry. It's like, listen, number one, all right? This is our life together.
I need to go back
dictated by what happens on
I'd be able to
work
leave it at
streams,
that for now.
right? Just because we told her
I'll stream at some point
doesn't
tomorrow.
mean that's the end of the world, and now we're all
because I actually do
usually
want to
have
finish
be
this.
committed to doing this. It's ridiculous, right? It's supposed to be something nice in addition to something that we already
that's it for
do.
now. I'll talk to you guys later.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the end of the world. Not everyone's gonna freak out. You know, it's not. That's the thing. I think she genuinely feels.
Burke, I'm gonna make it to the dungeon later. I'm not
sad
feeling
and
it.
worried that people aren't gonna want to
I'll
see
make
the
it to the
co-op
dungeon
now because
later.
it keeps getting rescheduled. So
I think this is a good
what I
stopping
basically
point.
have to say is it's